Welcome everyone. This is Thiru here again, the CEO of Unnati Holdings Singapore, the company behind the MooToken ICO. Today I want to tell you a little bit about why we are in this space. People have asked me, why dairy? Of everything that is there in the world, why dairy? Now, to answer that question, I need to go back to a World Economic Forum report, which actually spoke about food security, why food security matters. By 2050, the world must feed about 9 billion people. The demand for food will actually be 60% greater than what it is today. So as a result, the UN has actually set a target as the second of one of its 17 sustainable development goals is to, by 2020, end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Now, a lot of reasons why food security is important. Chief among them is that the population, there's a changing shift in the desire for the diet, and there's a very large number of population that's coming in. And they address this problem and said that in order for us to ensure food security, we need to do something, especially in the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector has got to become more efficient in various ways. One of them is it has got to reduce its greenhouse gas emission. It has got to be more efficient in the way in which it uses its water and the way in which it handles its waste management. Otherwise, the world would risk malnutrition, hunger, and even conflict. Now, if you take as an example, in India alone, about 18% of the economy's output is produced by 47% of its workforce. And yet, 194 million Indians are actually undernourished. The largest number of hungry people in any single country. The statistics also points out that 15.2% of the population of India are too malnourished to live a normal life. And what's even more disheartening is the fact that 50% of the world's malnourished children live in India. They actually live in India. Now, together with this, they've also pointed out a statistic that the global dairy consumption is expected to rise. Between now and 2024, there will be an increase in about 36% of dairy milk consumption. You put two and two together, you realize that in order to give the higher nutrition for people, one of the easiest way to give them much more protein is by giving them milk. Milk becomes a replacement protein source. That's why we are in that field. Dairy is expected to grow very, very huge. It is about $336 billion from 2014, and it will be about $442 billion by 2020. Out of this growth, 63% of the growth will come from the Asia Pacific region, which is where we are located. Nowhere is it much more acute to go into dairy and to provide good quality milk than in right smack in this region. Okay, the place where we are in India alone, the market is growing from 120 billion to about 150 billion. And as I said earlier, more than 50% of the world's malnourished children live in India. So we have made it our responsibility that wherever we set up, whether it's in India alone or anywhere else in the rest of Asia, that we will provide minimum of 1,000 liters of milk to the poor, to the children, to the hungry, to the needy children. And what can 1,000 liters of milk do? It will provide 5,000 children with milk. And when you realize that milk can be an easy source of protein, well, we can do a lot for these children. And that will just be a start. And come along with us, and you will be responsible for making that vision or that dream of us become a reality.